Good afternoon, everybody. Bronco with Broncos Gaming World. We're back today playing some Marvel Champions, the Living Card Game by Fantasy Flight Games. We're going to take a look at really quick. I've been kind of toying around with maybe doing some changes to the old Captain America deck. Not right now. I think it's still pretty solid. I still seem to struggle a bit to do some damage and to thwart in a meaningful way. If I end up getting behind, um, the wheels just fall off, and I don't really have a way to correct that, and that seems to be a little bit of an issue. So I'm kind of taking a look through. I don't want to go with a whole bunch of allies. I do want it to be more like a Captain America versus the world kind of thing, but I do want to kind of check out and see what other options we do possibly have. So I'm kind of taking a look at some of the things we've got. I've got a handful of things we can use here. But I think ultimately I'm probably going to leave it alone. We've got to remember today we're going to have the laser cannon as a a boon that we got from the last game against Crossbones. The other thing I struggle with is I'm like, okay, well, what could I cut? I could cut first hit. First hit's pretty weak comparatively, but it is useful against minions. It does 2 damage, which is nice. The other thing is too is that you always have to have cards that you can discard, and you've got to watch out for the resource icons on them to make sure that you have enough variable resource icons, which right now I feel like I have a pretty good balance. I probably have a little bit more energy than anything else, but I do have, some physical. I probably lack physical ones more than anything because one of the main cards I'd want to use physical resources for is Heroic Strike. I do have 3 of those in the deck, which would give me 3 physical, but I don't typically want to discard those to play Heroic Strike, because Heroic Strike, if I use a physical resource, I stun an enemy, which is precisely what you want to do all the time. I know that there's cards out there like Tackle, which is kind of a catch-all card for lots of protection decks. It's a you stun the enemy, and then if I paid for it with a physical resource, it does 3 damage as well. That one's kind of a automatic protection type of card, especially if you're looking to like stun lock the enemy. But the cost of three, and if I paid for it using a physical resource, it does 3 damage. Well, that's the same as my Heroic Strike, except for Heroic Strike does 6 damage instead. So I'm not sure that I need another whole round of those, and they cost 3, and that's the challenge, to get 3 out into the world, often enough to be able to do that. So I'm just kind of browsing through some of the cards. I haven't taken a deep look in a while just to see if how some of the newer cards may come into play into the deck that I'm running. And right now I'm not really seeing a whole lot that I would want to swap out. And I did acknowledge that I was struggling with being able to thwart, so that's why I added the cards like True Grit into my deck, because it allows me to defend, and then I can remove threat equal to my hero's thwart ability, which is a big deal. Agent 13 is a big deal coming in. Nick Fury as well. Those are cards well, Agent 13 is the one ally I have to have. I felt like Nick Fury, especially thematically, functions in my deck as well. It's cards that I thought about cutting if I wanted to replace them with something else. Be maybe the Night Nurse, though she is really the only way that I can remove status cards from me, other than just eating it. And First Strike. Those are the cards that I've really considered removing in order to add maybe some other punch or thwart ability to my deck. And I just don't know. I don't know if there's anything in there. Cost 2. does 4 damage to the enemy when he initiates an attack, which means you could kill a guy before he ever actually does anything. Perseverance is kind of nice, being able to give yourself a tough status card when you swap. Not today. And your hero defends against an attack. +2 for that attack. If you take no damage from the attack, remove 2 threat from a scheme. All right, so that might be something we might take a look at. That's a newer card that came from the Rogue pack, which I don't currently own. I don't have those just yet. So I'm more apt to not use those because of that. Sidestep. When you would take any amount of damage, prevent 3 of that damage. Pay for this card using an energy resource, deal a damage to the enemy. I think for today, I'm probably just going to leave my deck as it is, just because I think we're actually okay right now. I don't think the Absorbing Man. If it goes wrong, it's gonna be tough. But he isn't the most punishing villain to go against today. But that doesn't mean that he isn't gonna make us kick our ass today. So, all right, we're gonna swap over to our game screen here. Here we go. All right, we've got the Absorbing Man. He's a 1 scheme 2 attack. Brute. Says the Absorbing Man gains the trait of each environment in play. And his flavor text is, I beat Thor once. Picture that. Crusher Creel standing over the God of Thunder. And you think you scare me? We'll see. All right, we got the None Shall Pass. That's the theme of the week because my Lord of the Rings game yesterday had the Mines of Moria and Gandalf fighting the Balrog on the Bridge of Khazad-dûm, screaming, "You shall not pass." All right, contents, Absorbing Man 1 and 2, and the standard encounter sets, we're using the Hydra Patrol. So set up discard cards from the encounter deck until an environment is discarded, and put that card into play and shuffle the encounter deck. All right, before we do all that, let's deal with our opening hand. All right, so we've got pretty crappy opening hand overall. Like, really crappy. So Desperate Defense and Counterpunch are nice. Everything else is kind of poop for my opening hand because I don't need to spend anything to pay for those. So we're going to mulligan some of these out of here. So we'll mulligan the Night Nurse. I don't like mulliganing Steve's Apartment because it is a solid location for him, but I don't intend to change over to Steve Rogers for the most part here. So we're going to let that go. And I will discard Momentum Shift. And Shield Block, all of them. Go bye-bye. Because this guy likes you go not defending attacks, which means Shield Block is 100% useless here. All right, so oh boy, my opening hand sucks. Okay, it is what it is. This is the last time I played this guy. If my opening hand was bad, things went poorly. So we're gonna see. We'll see how it goes. All right, so here we go. Set up discard cards from the encounter deck until an environment is discarded. Put that card into play and shuffle the encounter deck or the encounter discard pile in the encounter deck. Well, there isn't a discard pile. Oh, so I don't just shank these cards; they go right back into the deck. All right, we're looking for an environment. Nope. No. Wow. Surprised. No environments. There we go. Abandoned facility. All right. Abandoned facility. So we don't do the surge mechanic here in the setup, but everything else will do. All right. It says force response. After Absorbing Man makes an undefended attack against you, discard 1 resource icon from your hand. 2 icons instead if there are 5 or more delay counters on the main scheme. So this one will have a delay counter as a mechanic. I'm sure that's going to affect how the things go on in the campaign. All right, so we will shuffle those discarded cards in the encounter deck so that we have the full encounter deck ready to go. And now we will flip None Shall Pass. None Shall Pass has 12 progress tokens on it to complete. It has a force response. After resolving step 1 of the villain phase, place 1 delay counter here. Okay. When an environment enters play, discard each other environment card in play. So anytime we reveal a new environment card, we'll swap those out. So right now he has absorbed metal, so he's probably a good bit tougher than he normally would be. If the stage is completed, the players lose. So there is no secondary stage or nothing. This is it. His job is to delay us from catching Madame Hydra, from running away with the Mind Stone, if I remember correctly from our brief comic. Yep. So she has stolen the Mind Stone and is trying to make off with it, and Absorbing Man is here to stop us from doing that. I also did in the last game. I was awarded the laser cannon as a reward, so I will go create the laser cannon card and put that into play. Laser cannon. All right, so we put the laser cannon into play here. And there it is, and that's just going to be part of my kit until I choose to use it. It goes into my hand and in the setup fee, or in the setup phase. All right. Shuffle each experimental attachment recorded in the campaign log into the encounter deck. Let's see here. I need to go create those real quick. I thought I was ready to go, but I am not. I need to go create a couple of cards really quickly. Got to remember the names of them. Oops, there they are, experimental weapons. There they are. All right, and we ended up with the power gauntlets and the exosuit. So we got the power gauntlets and the exosuit. Those also get shuffled into the encounter deck as cards that the Absorbing Man may be able to use. And we're ready to fire off here against the Absorbing Man. All right, so here we go, folks. Okay, we have our opening hand, which is complete garbage. It is bad. It is terrible. Terrible opening hand. All right. Good part is we do get to go get Cap's shield. So, we would have drawn it. It's our first card, but it doesn't matter. It comes into our hand. All right, so here we go. Right out of the box, I will discard first hit. Put Cap's shield into play. I'm going to discard Momentum Shift to put an Indomitable out. And yeah, see, I don't like having to be stuck right here like this, because I don't like the idea of discarding some cards, but that's probably going to be what I do. Okay, so we're good. So we're going to flip to Cap. And right out of the box, I'm going to thwart for 2. Keep that thing down, because that thing can get out of hand later. And that's going to be the end of our first turn. So we thwarted for 2. Absorbing Man's going to come at us now. Let's go, bro. All right, we drew Agent 13, True Grit. Those are both good for thwarting. All right, so he's going to power up and get a boost card. We will definitely defend it. We're going to defend pretty much every single thing he throws at us. I'm going to defend it because every one of these, as far as I know, if you don't defend it, it does something bad. And that's how this villain's game's going to get out of hand. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, flip. He has a boost of 1. That's right here. You see that down in the lower right corner. He will get +1 to his attack of 2, which does nothing because I bounce it with my defense of 2 +1 for the shield is 3. I do have retaliate, so as soon as he attacks me, I punch him in the face. Discard that. And now he gets to reveal an encounter card. The evil villain gets a Hydra Soldier, which is he has guard. And when you defeat him, he gets a free encounter card. So those guys suck. Do not like them. All right, but I did defend that attack, so I will discard Indomitable to ready myself. I'm also going to play Counterpunch. It says after I defend against an enemy attack, deal damage to that enemy equal to your hero's attack. So I skipped some stuff, but I'm going to backtrack just to make sure I do those things. We hit him for 2. And then I am also going to discard... Actually, I don't need to do True Grit because I don't have any threat. All right, so that is the end of the villain's turn. We will advance to a hero's turn this time. All right, so this guy's a pain in the ass. He's got a attack of 2, so you can't just ignore him. And when you kill him, he throws another card out. He's got 4 hit points, so he's a pain in the ass. He's a legit pain in the ass. So I'm going to discard True Grit, put another Indomitable out. And I forgot to add his threat counter and the delay counter up there, so I did that just now. And I'm going to punch the Hydra Soldier for 2. And then I will... Man. I'm going to discard Desperate Defense to my ability, which is I can do this all day. And I'm going to exhaust again and do 2 more damage to the Hydra Soldier, which will discard him. And it will give him a... it'll get him an encounter card that he gets to... No, I did not mean to do that. He gets an encounter card that he gets to play with. I did not see what it was, but... So that's going to be my turn. I only got 1 card left in my hand, which is Agent 13. So that's going to advance us. So we'll draw some cards. He gets +1/+1 there. My hand's okay. Got all my Indomitables out right away, which is nice. All right, so he's going to attack us. I definitely am going to defend. He hits us for 2 plus boost icons. It says boost if Absorbing Man has the stone or wood trait. I am stunned. He does not. He has metal. So he does +1 damage. So he hits me for 3, which I will bounce with my 3 defense. My retaliate will hit him back, and I will discard Indomitable to ready myself. Now he gets 2 encounter cards because the Hydra Soldier gave him an extra one. So his first encounter card is Steel Kick. When revealed as the hero, take 3 indirect damage, 4 instead if he has metal. He does, so I will take 4, and I can't do anything about that. 3, 4. And then his second card is Omnimorph's Duplication. When revealed, if Absorbing Man has the following trait, he has metal. If he has metal, give Absorbing Man a tough status card and heal 1 damage. So he gets a tough, and he heals a damage. Bam. Discard that. That was not a great turn for me, but we're still fighting. Okay, so it's got his tough status card, so I don't really want to attack him right now. So we are going to play Fearless Determination. Gives me +1 thwart and allows me to draw a card. Okay. Well, if I was to flip to Steve Rogers, now would be the time. And I may just do that. I may actually just do it. All right, so I'm going to thwart for 2. 1, 2. And I am going to flip to Steve, allowing me to put... Actually, I'm not going to thwart for 2. Excuse me. I'm going to backtrack that. I'm going to hit him for 2, which will get rid of his tough card. I will play Strength of 2. Put Agent 13 on the table. And when she comes in, she will take those 2 out of there. Then I'm going to discard Preemptive Strike, put Indomitable into play. And that is going to be the end of my turn. So we will advance. Draw my hand. There we go. All right, so he's going to scheme now. So he gets 1 and 1. He's going to scheme for 1 plus nothing to put that card into play. So he turns from metal to ice. So this gets discarded. And he turns from metal to ice. And then he gets an encounter card for the turn. And it's man at a time. So I'm already in my alter ego form. I can exhaust Steve Rogers to remove man at a time. I will exhaust Steve Rogers. And that makes this card go out of the game. Let's put it in the victory display. Gets rid of it. All right, so that's our turn. So I'm still Steve Rogers. I did not get to heal myself or do anything cool. But we can do some shit here. All right, I'm going to play Energy to put the Super Soldier Serum into play. That over here. I will exhaust the Super Soldier Serum to put my Electrostatic Armor into play. I'm going to discard Endurance, put my Armored Vest into play. Forgot to add that there. Okay. I'll exhaust Agent 13 to thwart for 2. You will take a point of damage for that. Okay. Because I'm exhausted already, there's no threat on the scheme. I'm going to stay as Steve Rogers for this turn. Because I'm okay with him. I mean, the only issue is that it's, yeah. You know what? We're going to flip. Yeah, we'll flip. All right, because we're as ready as we're going to get. So we're going to advance to the villains phase. Draw my new hand. All right. We're getting there. Okay, so he gets up 1 and 1. He's going to attack me. He gets his boost card here. I will absolutely defend that. I'm now defending for 2, 3, 4. So I'm not too scared of any kind of damage he can put at me. So he's going to hit me for 2. If there are 5 or more delay counters on the main scheme, take 1 indirect damage. There are not, so he hits me for 2, so I bounce that. And my Retaliate will do 1 to him. And my Electrostatic Armor will do 1 to him. And that happens after I defend, and Retaliate happens like right when you defend. So it's 2 different timing as far as I can tell. And now he gets an encounter card for the turn. And his encounter card is Icy Grip. When revealed, you are stunned. If Absorbing Man has the ice trait, I take 2 indirect damage. He is ice, so I will take 2 indirect damage. 1, 2, and I'm stunned. That sucks. I forgot to discard Indomitable to ready myself. I will do that right now. And I'm trying really rusty playing Champion, so I apologize if I'm missing some steps, but I'm trying to backtrack and make sure I do them right away. Okay, So I am stunned. And I have a good bit of damage on me. I don't like that. And that is the end of the villain's turn, so it's ours. Okay. Again, I'm kind of in a spot where I'm going to flip. Now's the time. I'm going to end up with way more delay counters up there than I want. There's really not a whole lot I can do. I didn't have enough damage early on. I'm going to attack him to get rid of my stun. I'm going to discard my Hemet and True Grit to put my second Super Soldier Serum out. We'll discard Nick and use both of my serums to Heroic Strike and hit him for 6. 4, 5, 6. And stun him. That worked out okay. And I am going to... Nothing else I can do there. I will flip. Hoping that I'll be able to heal at the end of this next round. So he's going to thwart. So he gets +1/+1. So he's already at 5. That's not good. Taking me too long to get him here. But he will thwart he will scheme for 1 plus a boost. 1 or 5 or more. I take an indirect damage. So the indirect damage would go on her because I can't put it on Steve because he's not allowed to take damage as a alter ego. That discards that, and he does get 1 more scheme. Oh. And his encounter card for the turn is the Ball and Chain. Add to Absorbing Man. I guess +1 scheme, +1 attack. And I can spend a physical resource to put that back into the encounter deck. So we'll probably end up doing that because +1/+1 is bad. We don't like that. All right, so that is our turn. Okay, so we will heal for 3. 1, 2, 3. I will flip. We'll discard Shield Block to I can do this all day. Ready myself. We will kill Agent 13 by having her thwart. And she dies. I will play Fearless Determination to draw a card. Heroic Strike is good. I'm going to discard Shield Toss. I will just pay for Unflappable here. I'll put Unflappable into play. That allows me to draw cards every time I take no damage. And then I will Shield Toss by discarding a Shield Toss. And do 4 damage to him here. 1, 2, 3, 4. That will defeat him. So he is defeated. He swaps to the Stage 2 version of the Absorbing Man. That goes along with him still because he's still stunned. That doesn't change him. All right, it says Absorbing Man gains the trait of each environment in play. He's a 2 scheme, 2 attack. So right now he's a 3/3, which is... Ugh. We'll be making that go away here before we go any farther. If Super Absorbing Power is in play, deal 1 encounter card to each player. It is not. Otherwise, search the encounter deck and discard pile for Super Absorbing Power and reveal it, and shuffle the encounter deck if it was searched this way. So we have to go find Super Absorbing Power. Okay, I think that is a side scheme. There it is right there. Boom. Shuffle that. All right, Super Absorbing Power says, Creon has the ability to absorb the properties of multiple elements at once, but it requires intense concentration. Absorbing Man gains the ice, metal, stone, and wood traits. And it has 3 threat tokens on there per player. So I need to, and it doesn't do anything other than that. So it does make him a little more difficult, but otherwise he's still the same as he was. Okay, so that's the defeating the villain. So now we need to continue here. I will discard Counterpunch here to put my shield back into play. And then I'm going to exhaust Super Soldier Serum to get rid of the old ball and chain. We'll shuffle that. It says shuffle it back in, right? To shuffle it into the encounter deck. All right, so we'll get rid of it for now. We shuffle that in, shuffle. And then I did play Fearless Determination this turn, and did I not? I did. I want to make sure that I did. I will exhaust Captain America to get rid of his super absorbing power, because I have a thwart of 3 for now. Bye-bye. All right, and that is the end of my turn. I'm not going to do anything else. I can't really do anything else. So that is advance to the villains phase. There's our new hand. New hand is good. He attacks for 2. He gets 1 and 1. We have done a decent job of thwarting here, which is good. All right, so he is going to attack us. I will declare myself as the defender, so we will defend. He hits for 2. My defense is 2, 3, 4. He hits for 2, plus a boost card of 1, so he hits for 3. So that'll bounce him. Discard that. He will take... Oh, actually, we don't nothing, because he was stunned, so it does nothing. But we did defend it, and then with our retaliate, and then our electrostatic armor after we defend puts 2. So you still need to defend because these effects would still occur, even if he's stunned, because he just can't do damage. His attack can't do damage. It doesn't mean that other effects won't. All right, so now he will get... I defended an attack without taking any damage, so I will exhaust Unflappable to draw a card. I don't have any other way to ready myself, so I will discard Electrostatic Armor to I can do this all day to ready myself in case I need to be ready for whatever the encounter card gives me. And his encounter card is the Hydra Patrol. That card's a pain in the ass. Hydra soldiers perform routine patrols to maintain control of their territory. When defeated, each player searches the encounter deck and discard pile for a Hydra minion and puts it into play. Engage with them. Shuffle the encounter deck, and it's got the exclamation point icon, which means I have to. I can't touch the main one until I deal with that. So I have to deal with that first. All right, and that is the end of his turn. So that will be us now. Here we go. And I can do 12 damage to him right off the bat here. Actually, I can win the game right now, which is crazy, but I think I can win the game right now. Okay, so we're going to Heroic Strike. I will discard Preemptive Strike, Super Soldier Serum, and First Hit to do 1, 2, 3. That'll do 6 damage to him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And stun him because I did use a... physical resource. Oh, I can't quite kill him this turn, can I? Nope. I don't have quite enough. I can't play the second Heroic Strike. Close, though. But I can't quite do it. I will thwart for 2 to get rid of the Hydra Patrol. And it says I have to put a Hydra Minion into play, engage with me. So we'll discard it. And I will go find a Hydra Minion. Let's go... let's go find a Hydra Minion. I really don't want the guy with guard if I can help it. So let's see if there's another one in here. There we are, the Hydra Regular. He has Incite 1. When this card is revealed, place 1 threat on the main scheme. So he's not revealed, he just gets put into play. So he does not do that, so he's just going to show up. There he is. Ha! I already used I can do this all day, so I can't do that. Don't want to discard my laser cannon because I think at some point I'm going to need that. I think we're good. I think that's it. All right, so we will advance. Here we go. Okay, we shuffled into our new deck. He will boost here and here. Yeah, way too many. Took me too long to get him going. All right, so he still will attack me. I will exhaust. So his attack is physically won't do any damage, and that's all it is that. So he does nothing because we stunned him. That gets discarded. He will take a point of damage from my Retaliate and 1 from my Electrostatic Armor. I will discard True Grit to I can do this all day. And oddly enough, I will actually defend this guy's attack so I can kill him. So he will hit me, and I will defend it and hit 1 and 1 with my Electrostatic Armor, and that will kill him. So he goes bye-bye. I am exhausted, though, so I can't ready myself. He will come in with his encounter card of villain attacks me. That sucks. I can't do anything about. Oh, yes, I can. So he attacks me. I will, in response to that attack, I will spend 1 of my Super Soldier Serums to play Desperate Defense, which will. Nope, I can't play Desperate Defense. It does not ready me. So never mind. Yep, I'm just going to take it. So I'm going to take an undefended attack here. Because I can't. I decided to defend against the Hydra Soldier, which was a mistake. All right, so he's going to hit me here for 2. Oh, ouch. 3, 4, 5. He hits me for 5, so that's a huge hit. And then if he gets an unattended attack, he places 1 threat on the scheme. It's 2 threats, so he hits me for 5. Ouch. Hits me for 5 and puts 2 threat on the main scheme. Ouch. That's a heavy hit right there. Yeah, I got greedy. That's okay. All right, that's the end of his turn, though. Which means we're still going to be able to win the game right here. Because we can now throw the Heroic Strike at him with a Genius and a Super Soldier Serum to do 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he is defeated. Kaboom! Let's go! Definitely an easier road than Crossbones. Crossbones gave us a little bit of a headache last time. So let's take a look at our comic and see what happens now. Bring up our comic book here. Well, that's weird. It won't let me bring up my... I was trying to bring up the comic book here, and it doesn't give me an option to do that. That sucks. Oh, well, sorry about that, folks, but... All right, so the comic book, here we go. Victory! Record the number of delay counters on the main scheme in the campaign log, so it's 7. That sucks. Each player may choose one of the basic condition upgrades in the campaign set to attach to their identity, so I will get to put those up there. Let's put them up right now here so that we can take a look at them. and see which one we want to pick. So we have defeated the Absorbing Man today. And let's create some cards here. We have basic thwart upgrade. Basic attack upgrade. We'll take a look at all of these here. Basic defense upgrade. And what's the last one? Basic recovery upgrade. Okay, so in the last mission, we chose to take the laser cannon, giving us the ability to deal some damage, which was kind of a big deal for us. Here, we chose to we get to pick from these ones. All right, so the comic book says, Spider-Girl, whew, I'm glad that's done. Thor says, truly, that was a glorious battle. Hawkeye says, hey, what's that? Black Widow says, I have no idea. It looks like they go flying off in the Quinjet. Let's get back to the base and find out what's going on. They start flying back to their base. They see Avengers Tower, and it has a big Hydra logo on the side. It says, are you seeing what I'm seeing? If you're seeing that Hydra somehow stole our tower, then yeah. A big missile comes flying out of nowhere and hits their Quinjet. We're hit. We're going down. You see Taskmaster. Ha! Boom, no more Avengers. Let's go make sure they're done for, boys. In scenario 3, we get to go against Taskmaster as the main villain. It says, with Absorbing Man in S.H.I.E.L.D. custody and Madam Hydra in the wind, you're flying back to Avengers Tower to plan your next move when all reality is changed in a flash of yellow light. When you reach New York City, you're shocked to find Avengers Tower emblazoned with the Hydra banner. But before you can process what has happened, an explosion rocks your Quinjet and you crash land into the city. On the ground, you find that all of New York is under Hydra rule, and anti-hero propaganda is plastered in every corner, and squads of Hydra soldiers patrol the streets. They are led by the notorious Taskmaster, Hydra's new chief of police. He is going door to door, hunting down heroes and locking them up, and he fired a surface-to-air missiles that brought you down, and now he is searching for you. So we'll go against Taskmaster 1 and 2 next time, and we'll have the main scheme deck of hunting down the heroes, along with the Hydra Patrol, Weapons Master, and Standard Set. The Standard Set can be found in Marvel Champions Core Set. All right. So next time, we go against the Taskmaster. But this time, we have defeated the Absorbing Man. And we get to pick from one of these basic upgrades. So let's see here. Basic attack upgrade is a permanent and allows us to get +1 hit point and +1 attack. Here we would get +2 hit points and +1 thwart. We would get +3 hit points and +1 defense. Here we would get +4 hit points and our alter ego gets +1 recovery. I like the idea of getting +1 attack. But I definitely don't use my basic attack as much as I do my basic thwart. Extra defense is always nice. +3 hit points and +1 defense. I don't know, chat. What do we think? I'm leaning towards +3 defense or hit points and +1 defense. That would give me a base defense of 4 with just Cap and my shield out. If I get the armor out, I'm a base defense of 5. I think we're running that way, guys. I'm going to take the basic defense upgrade. I want to make sure I don't get to pick more than one. I don't think I do, but I want to make sure. All right, it says each player may choose one of the basic condition upgrades in the campaign set and attach it to their identity and add it to their deck in the campaign log. So, yep. All right, so that's it, guys. We have defeated the Absorbing Man. He really wasn't too bad. The amount of delay tokens was a little more than I would have liked. But it still didn't end up being all that bad. While we're here, before I log off here, since this was a little bit of a shorter a little bit of a shorter game, let's take a look at Taskmaster. Let's go ahead and bring him up. We're going to do a reset of the game. We'll load up Taskmaster just so we can take a look at him. Because I'm sure that it's he's got to be a pain in the ass. Got the standard set. I'll load my cap deck, but I am not going to play through this today. All right, so Taskmaster, here he is. All right, Taskmaster is a villain. He's got one scheme to attack. He's a Hydra mercenary. Got a force response. After a player changes to hero form, they discard the top card of the encounter deck and take damage equal to the number of boost icons. So that sucks. So you can't flip-flop too much with him because he's going to just kick the crap out of you. Hunting down the heroes. Says set each captive ally aside out of play. We don't have any. Search the encounter deck and Hydra Patrol to put it into play. And shuffle the encounter deck. So we have the Hydra Patrol in play, which is already up here. And then the other side is the Hunting Down the Heroes. The notorious Taskmaster has been appointed Hydra's chief of police. His top priority is hunting down the outlaw heroes. So it's got 12 progress to get through, or 12 threat to get through. And if it reaches 12 threat, we lose the game. So, man, that's tough. It says, after resolving step 1 of the villain phase, each player in hero form must choose to either place 1 threat here or take 1 damage. So this one's going to be a pain in the booty. He has only got 13 hit points. And his level 2 version of him is 16. As is, after a player changes to hero form, they discard the top card of the encounter deck and take damage equal to the number of boost icons. And I'm sure that there is plenty. And when he's revealed, he deals you an encounter card. He's a 2/2. And I'm sure his deck is full of awfulness. His deck has probably got all sorts of awful things going on. So he's got the Hydra Soldiers in there. Got Taskmaster Shield. Gives him Retaliate 1, so it's similar to Cap. Doesn't give him any defense boost, but it does give him a +1 attack. Hydra Hunter. The 2/2. And he has Piercing and Ranged. So ranged sucks because I can't retaliate against him. Captured by Hydra. When revealed, place 1 random set-aside captive ally face down beneath this scheme. When this scheme is defeated, the player who defeated it takes that ally into their hand and removes this scheme from the game. Let's take a look here. I don't know how that works. Play. Shuffle each experimental attachment recorded in the campaign along in the encounter deck. I have to figure out how that Captured by Hydra works because it seems odd to me. It says place 1 random set-aside captive ally. I don't have any allies. Maybe that was that from the very beginning? Did I have something like that happen? Because I don't have any allies. Kind of one of the things. I don't really have any. Do we have them in here? Oh, is that it right there? Let's take a look here. Visibility. We want to look at all of these cards here. Yeah, I'm just kind of spitballing, taking a look at what we got going on here. Oh, this is all the upgrades. Oh, I didn't have to actually create the cards. They're all here. Oh, that's a mistake on my part. All right, though. Yeah, I'm still kind of confused as to how that card works, but I guess I've got a week or so to figure that part out. So let's see what else he's got going on. Gets the Weapon Master, Treachery. Gets Taskmaster Sword. Gives him +1 attack, and he has Piercing. Got some Treacheries in there. It's not too bad. I mean, the Weapon Master stuff is tough because he's going to have the couple experimental weapons that he got in there. Photographic reflexes. When a player attacks Taskmaster, prevent all damage that would be dealt to Taskmaster and deal an equal amount of damage to that player's identity instead. That's pretty cool. Got a couple of those in there. Training Camp. Gets a tough card when they come into play, and it has a +1 encounter card on it. All right. Well, there we go, guys. That's going to be Taskmaster. That's going to be next week's villain. And I'm probably going to do a little bit of work on Cap's deck. We ended up picking the basic defense as his reward for this last game, so he's going to have that. And we still are going to have our laser cannon. And we're going to have our basic defense upgrade, so he will actually have 14 hit points at the start, which is very, very nice. Zola's algorithm, medical emergency, law, all sorts of bad things. Anti-hero propaganda. Yeah, all sorts of bad stuff in there. All right, guys. I appreciate you today. Tomorrow at 3 o'clock Eastern, I will be back with what could potentially be the end of the Dunwich Legacy run of Arkham Horror, because I'm pretty sure that if we fail that mission, that things could go poorly for us, and that might be the end of Jenny's run. But we're going to be back with the 7th mission of the Dunwich Legacy, and we'll see how that goes for us. I'm going to upload the video for this over on my YouTube channel at Broncos Gaming World. I'm also going to be putting up the Arkham Horror one tomorrow as well. Then I'll be back here next Tuesday with some Lord of the Rings Saga campaign. We're going to be breaking the Fellowship next Tuesday. Check us out here 3 p.m. Eastern for that. Follow me on YouTube, Broncos Gaming World. If you haven't yet here on Twitch, please follow on Twitch, and if you're so inclined, subscribe. I'm pretty sure that Prime users get a free subscription a month. So if you're an Amazon Prime user, I would love to have that Amazon Prime subscription from you guys. I appreciate that. Follow me on Twitter over at Broncos Gaming World. You'll see all sorts of gaming updates and tweets over there, as well as updates on any videos or anything I'm putting out on YouTube. I appreciate everybody for checking out my videos, both live during stream or over on YouTube. Please like and subscribe those. Comment if you have any questions, or if I'm doing something blatantly wrong, let me know, because I want to do my best to play the games as clean as possible. Again, everybody, thank you so much. I will see you guys tomorrow afternoon, 3 p.m. Arkham Horror. Take care, guys.